Okay, how's it going? This is Team Norway. We are going to have a presentation of Paper1. So we are working on a US-based company trying to export rice to Norway. So we think this is going to be very prospective and going to pay off. So let us get started by going over the basic information Norway. So here is the first part of our presentation, regional analysis.
Yeah, regional analysis. The legal framework is among the world sized and well maintained. The strong competitiveness of economy is built on openness and transparency. Norwegian public finance are boosted from the petroleum sector. Traditional economic activities are shipping, export from the European Union to Norway are dominated by manufactured products. Norway's export to the European Union are concentrated on primary products. Services account for a growing share of Norway's world trade. Some trade distorting agricultural subsidies. However, non-tariff barriers are largely nominal and not burdensome.
Next part. Regional alliance economic integration. Norway is a not member of European Union, but enjoying the good relationship between them, and it gives Norway a very high level of economic integration. And Norway is a part of the international market through the EEA agreement. It enabled Norway to have the free movement of goods and free services and free persons and free movement of capital throughout the 10 EEA states. And also, Norway is highly associated with a member of, I don't know how to pronounce this word, but Schengen Treaty, that's what they call, participating in the cooperation of common passport and border control, several other issues within the US policy areas of freedom, security, and justice. And also Norway is participating in a whole range of Europe programs and initiatives, for example, within the fields of research, education, and culture. Thank you.
Okay. If we come to political stability, first of all, constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary democratic system of governance is in Norway, and then fertile ground for democracy based on egalitarianism, which is also a difficult word. Governance is remarkably stable, which is attributable to institutional conventions on public policy decision making, and then becoming a multicultural society, but mainly Norway is a secular Christian country.
Perfecto.
Okay, now we are coming up to economic conditions of the country. Small wonder that Norway is one of the richest countries in Europe, and it has very high standards of living compared to, again, with the other European communities. Well, some people think that it has to do with the fact that Norway is not in the European community and the Schengen area. The currency is different and everything else. Norway is the world's second largest natural gas exporter, following Russia, and it has mixed economy with heavy state ownership in strategic areas. Well, according to its geographic settlement, shipping has always been a support of Norway's export sector, and Norway has been an important country for transportation. Economic growth has been fueled by an abundance of natural resources, petroleum exportation and production, hydroelectric power, and fisheries, and which is good for our future business, namely export of rice to Norway. Is that agriculture and traditional heavy manufacturing has suffered a relative decline.
When we consider social health and environmental conditions, Norway is really very successful in terms of many aspects. Unemployment has stayed lower than in most European countries. National insurance scheme that guarantees everyone a minimum and a disablement benefits regardless of their economic situation. Yeah. The public health service and hospitals rest with the government. And also, hospital care is free of charge in Norway.
Okay, so next, I'm going to talk about the terrorism threat in Norway. Maybe some of you guys remember what happened in 2011 in Norway. Norway suffered economic pair of terrorism attacks. It actually happened within this country. It's not outside of the terrorist attack. There might be no terrorism threat from outside of Norway. Whereas if other region conflict with Church of Norway, it might cause a huge contradiction between Church of Norway and other religion, and it might cause a terrorist attacks. That's the one thing we need to consider in this part.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna present you the part about the physical environment and its effect on train and transportation. So we have to know that the Norwegian people are one of the most concerned people about ecology and global warming. So, but in this case, as soon as since we're gonna ship by sea, and it's the cleanest way of transportation, I don't think I'm gonna have any problem. Well, there is, according to the World Bank, the cost to import for Norway is set about $950, which is very cheap in the world comparison. The world average is about $1,500. Among different possible ways of transportation, due to the cost and nature of the product, the transportation will be transported by sea. The average, we try to calculate the average price for the transportation for a 20-foot container. So the price of shipping will be around $2,300. And we know that 20-foot containers can hold up to 24,000 kilograms of rice. So the price of transportation is going to be around $0.09, which is like very cheap, like in a the cultural. About the cultural considerations.
Considering the cultural considerations, it is closely linked to the country's history and geography. Norwegian culture blossomed as efforts continue to achieve an independent identity, such as literature, art, and music, and also had to do with the food, with the national food, which is very important for our business. For example, there is traditional food like rice cakes, which people normally have for their Christmas meals, which is also very important for our business and gives us some kind of benefits.
Concerning the infrastructures, Norway has 1,000 miles of coastline overlooking the Atlantic Sea. So, and on which they are located 7 large commercial ports of 7 different cities: Trondheim, Bergen, Kristiansand, Greenland, Larvik, Drammen, and Oslo. The biggest is being the Bergen port. It's operated by Bergen Port Authority. It's the largest seaport in Norway. In 2009, the port handled 56 million tons of cargo, making it the 9th busiest cargo port in Europe. Concerning the incentives, imported products in Norway are subjected to 23% VAT, and products has to be conformed to EU certifications. So if products tested and certified in the United States of America, certified with American standards, still has to be recertified with European Union requirements.
Alright, that's about it. We are working on next presentation and paper 2, so I hope you guys enjoyed listening to our presentation and just look forward to next